I used my points. Don't worry, I got miles. My trip was free because of my credit card. You may have heard your traveler friends say something along these lines before, but what are travel credit cards exactly? How do they work? And more importantly, how do you use them to get basically free travel? These questions are precisely what I'm answering today in today's video, so let's get started. First of all, what are travel credit cards? Travel credit cards are credit cards that earn points best redeemable for travel. While some credit cards offer cash back, travel credit cards earn points that are most valuable when redeemed for flights or hotels. Sometimes these points are often called miles, and that's why we say points and miles, because depending on the bank, they're either points or miles. But the two terms are used pretty interchangeably and mean the same thing. It really is just dependent on what the bank calls their currency, both referring to the awards that cardholders earn by putting purchases on those credit cards. In addition, travel credit cards offer benefits that cater specifically to travelers, and these benefits vary greatly depending on the card, but a few examples include TSA PreCheck, global entry, travel insurance, airport lounge access, hotel free night certificates, hotel status, airline status, travel credits to spend in that bank's travel portal, grocery delivery credits, and more. So how do travel credit cards work? A comment that I've gotten on a few of my different travel credit card videos is that there's no way that the travel can be totally free. Someone has to be paying for it, and who's paying for it? Is it the consumer, the credit card holders, the banks? Who's paying for this travel, and how do these travel credit cards work? Well, the banks that offer travel credit cards earn money called swipe fees from businesses that accept credit cards. At no additional cost to the card holder, every time a card holder makes a purchase with the card, that business that they're purchasing from is subject to swipe fees and owes swipe fees to the credit card companies. With the money earned by the bank with those swipe fees, the banks can reward cardholders with points and miles, impressive welcome offers, which we'll talk about later, and enticing credit card benefits. That is how travel credit cards work. The cardholders are rewarded for using the credit cards, the bank is paid every time the cardholders use the credit cards, and the businesses make money because people have credit cards to spend at their stores. It's truly a win-win. Moreover, travel credit cards typically have an annual fee anywhere from $0 to over $1,000 a year. But on average, I would say most of the travel credit cards that I open as a points and miles traveler average around $95 a year, which is a lot more reasonable than those high annual fees. This is another income stream for those travel credit card companies that allows them to offer even more points and miles and benefits. And for frequent flyers like me and many others, these benefits often pay off that annual fee if we use them to their full potential, which is why many cardholders continue to pay these annual fees year after year. However, there are a wide variety of travel credit cards with no annual fee too, if you're just getting started and don't want to be paying annual fees, or that at least waive the annual fee for the first year so you can get those benefits for the first year without paying an annual fee. Now, what are points and miles? In order to fully understand travel credit cards, you have to understand the true value of points and miles. Points and miles are the currency that credit card companies offer to cardholders to encourage cardholders to make purchases on those cards so that those cards can earn those swipe fees. Credit card companies buy these points and miles from hotels and airlines. So hotels and airlines are making a significant amount of money from points and miles too. In fact, airlines and hotel partners make billions of dollars every year from the points and miles that credit card companies are buying. Again, it's a win-win. Points and miles are an extremely valuable currency when redeemed strategically. For example, I booked a nearly $7,000 business class flight from the USA to Tokyo for $0. All I had to pay was $33 in taxes and fees. With points, I got a $7,000 flight for $33 because I redeemed those credit card points and miles strategically. Next, what are the types of travel credit cards? Because there are a few different types. And it's important to know that there are different types and some are better than others, arguably. Essentially, there are bank travel credit cards and co-branded travel credit cards. Bank travel credit cards earn flexible points and miles that can be redeemed with a variety of airline and hotel partners. Popular examples of bank travel credit cards include the Capital One Venture cards, the Chase Sapphire cards, the Amex Gold and Platinum cards, and the Citi travel credit cards. On the other hand, co-branded travel credit cards earn points and miles exclusive to their co-branded partner airlines and hotel chains, meaning if you have a Hyatt credit card, that card is going to earn points redeemable for Hyatt hotels. If you have a United travel credit card, that credit card is going to earn miles exclusive to redeeming on United Airlines flights. While these points and miles are still definitely valuable, because they're not as flexible, many points and miles travelers usually prioritize earning those flexible points and miles. It gives us a lot more flexibility in terms of where, when, and from where and when we travel. Unless we have a specific trip in mind that requires that co-branded point currency, many of us aim to get those flexible points and miles. And finally, how do you travel for free with travel credit cards? Well, the best way to travel for free or nearly free with travel credit cards is by leveraging welcome offers. With welcome offers, you can earn a large sum of points and miles without spending more money than you typically do on a day-to-day basis. And as briefly mentioned, these credit card companies offer high welcome offers to encourage new cardholders to put spend on the cards so that the card company can earn those swipe fees. For instance, one card's welcome offer may be 75,000 bonus miles once you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of opening the card. If you put all of your normal everyday living expenses on that card, nothing more, you can probably earn that welcome bonus of 75,000 very valuable points and miles pretty easily, because many of us today probably spend over $1,000 in groceries, gas, and everyday living expenses a month anyway, so it can be really easy to earn those large sum of welcome offer bonus points. And that is how points and miles travelers travel for basically free. However, I need to mention that the #1 rule for using points and miles and traveling basically free with credit cards is to never spend above your means. Because if you accrue interest and accrue debt, you are not traveling for basically free. So I always feel like I need to give that disclaimer when I'm talking about travel credit cards and using them, because that is so vital. But there you have it. Now you know what travel credit cards are, how they work, and how you can leverage them to travel basically free. And if you want to get started using travel credit cards to travel basically free, which I highly recommend, obviously, then you can check out my other points and miles videos. And if you don't know which card you want to open, I do have a video talking all about the best travel credit cards for beginners and how to choose your first travel credit card. So I will link those in the description along with my other points and miles videos and blog posts to help you get started. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I talk all about how to travel more for less here, and I can't wait to help you travel more. Other than that, I will see you in the next one. So for now, ciao.